So we kicked off lambing for 2023 this past week. So I was out in the barn. It was in the evening. I was getting everybody their hay for the night, topping off everybody's water, getting everything ready for the next morning. That's what we like to do out here in the evenings, get everything set up so the next morning's a lot easier and we can get everything taken care of. And we noticed that one ewe was making some sounds, kind of indicated that she was in labor. I was watching her dig a little bit, and that's what they end up doing right before they have a lamb. So I just went ahead and gave everybody some hay, just kind of left her alone, went inside and ate dinner. Decided to just keep an eye on her from the cameras, come out and just check on her. And it was a couple hours later, we decided, well, she's been in labor long enough with nothing really happening. We need to get her pinned up and have a look at her. So I ended up putting her here in the lambing jug, getting her set up, and I checked her out, and I wasn't physically able to feel anything. So I waited about another half hour or so, came back out, checked her again. I was able to feel a little bit of a lamb's head, I thought, but I couldn't physically get my hand in to grip the lamb or to feel if it was presenting itself correctly. So I had to go back in and get Rachel to come out and give me a hand. Rachel just had her appendix moved a couple days ago, but I ended up getting the ewe in here and she was comfortable, and Rachel came out and the ewe basically laid down and let us do what we needed to do.
Come on, girl. Oh, this is a big lamb. Hold hand. I don't know if these are the right 2 feet to come out. Come on, girl. Come on. I'm helping you. You gotta work too, sister. That's a big lamb, Stephen. Come on, girl. We got ahead. We're going the right way. Come on. Come on. Oh, I don't know if this thing's gonna be alive. It's sticking its tongue out. Girl.
You want a towel to get a grip?
Yeah.
Rachel was able to get the lamb's front feet out for me, and I was able to pull the lamb. This ewe only had a single ram lamb. She went right to taking care of it. She's a really good ewe so far. She's been really great mother to this lamb. She was instantly licking it off, cleaning it off, taking care of it. She had a lot of milk. That lamb weighed 14 pounds. We weighed it. We got it taken care of, got everything set up on it. And this lamb came a couple days earlier than I was wanting it to. It was actually due that day, so it's no big deal, but I just wasn't fully prepared with the new gate setup that I had been making. So I just had to set up some of our old gates here, make lambing jugs ready for it. So she's taking care of it. It's already starting to stand up on its own. I got its electrolyte water set up there. A little bit of hay for her. That lamb's only been out for about 10 to 15 minutes at most. Weighed 14 pounds, male lamb, ram lamb, 14 pounds. So about 3 days later, our ewe Dotty went into labor. She was 1 day past her due date.
I came out here about 10:30 this morning, just to peek my head in, see if anybody was doing anything. And this ewe is making that sound that she is right now, which usually kind of means they're in labor. Unfortunately, I had to leave and go to an appointment that I could not push off. So we continued to watch her on the camera. When I got back here, about 2 hours later-ish, she had this lamb. I haven't checked and seen if it's a ewe or a ram yet, but she seems to be passing her afterbirth now, and seems to got it off pretty dry. But I'm gonna get in there, clip its navel, spray it with iodine, and rub it with a towel real quick just to make sure that the lamb is good and dry. It's about 20 degrees out today, so the last thing we want is for that lamb to be cold at all while it's trying to get going.
That evening I was out here doing the feeding. Dotty had that lamb all curled up, had that lamb warm mouth. It had gotten milk. I weighed it about probably 4 hours after it was born, and it was only weighing in at just under 10 pounds. Lamb seemed okay, but the next morning I came out here incredibly weak, cold. We got it wrapped up in a heating blanket, put it on the heater, that way it could get warm, trying to bring its body temp up, but the lamb never came around. It passed. I'm not really sure if this was an issue on the lamb's part, if it just had something bad wrong with it, or if it was something Dotty just wasn't, fulfilling its needs as a mother. I'm not really sure, because it just passed basically within a 6-hour time frame. It went from up, bouncing around, to nothing, cold. So I'm not really sure what was going on with it. But right now we have these two ewes here in these lambing jugs because we wanted to open them up with both of them. What I'm going to end up doing is just marking Dotty's back so we can identify her, and probably in the next few days I'm going to load her and our other 4 replacement ewes up and just take them down to the bank barn, get them down there out of the way so we have a little bit more square footage here for the rest of the lambing time. So Rachel had the idea that we should mark her, that way she's a little bit easier to identify over the cameras or just at a quick glance, just to make sure that she's not out there trying to steal anybody's lambs once they're first born. Make it a little bit easier to identify her when we're checking her out through the cameras. But like I said, she'll probably go down to the bank barn the next few days, but we'll just let her back out in the general group of the ewes, just so that way we can free up the area. I don't want to put her in with this other ewe and her lamb, because I'm afraid she might try to start stealing that lamb or something, because she was really looking for her lamb for probably the next 12 to 24 hours after we lost it.